Did you know that some of the pennies in your pocket change could be worth a fortune? Today, we're diving into the top high-value wheat pennies that could be worth millions of dollars. First up, the 1918 Abraham wheat penny is one of the most sought-after coins in the history of American numismatics. The coin was minted during a pivotal time in U.S. history, right in the middle of World War I, a global conflict that deeply impacted the United States and the rest of the world. The minting of this coin came at a time when the US government was heavily involved in the war effort and the country was facing substantial economic and political challenges. The production of pennies during this period was particularly important as they were widely circulated for everyday transactions, serving as a vital part of the American economy. The Abraham wheat penny design, named after President Abraham Lincoln, had been in circulation since 1909, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the coin features the iconic portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse showcases two wheat stalks that symbolize the nation's agricultural heritage. These pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, signifying that they were produced in the primary mint of the United States. The 1918 penny carries historical significance, particularly because of its timing and the challenges the country faced during World War I. The penny became not only a symbol of the era, but also a testament to the nation's resilience during a tumultuous. The mintage of the 1918 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was quite large compared to other years, with approximately 286 million pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint. However, despite the high mintage, the 1918 penny has remained a sought-after coin among collectors due to its relatively good preservation and historical importance. Collectors appreciate the fact that the coin is a regular issue from the Lincoln Cent series, making it both common yet significant for collectors of both Lincoln and US coinage as a whole. The overall design is simple yet elegant, emphasizing both Lincoln's image and the agricultural symbolism of the nation at the time. The 1918 penny in fine condition exhibits noticeable wear, but the wheat stalks and Lincoln's portrait remain distinguishable, making it a collectible piece. The 1918 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark holds a significant place in the market. While the mintage was high, its market value has been influenced by factors such as its age, condition, and the fact that it is a part of the Lincoln Cent series. A coin in fine condition with moderate wear, but details still visible, can fetch anywhere from $346,000 at auction, depending on the specific demand and rarity of the coin in that condition. However, in extremely fine or uncirculated conditions, prices can rise significantly, reaching values upwards of $350,000. The market for this coin is also impacted by collector interest in acquiring coins from the Lincoln Wheat series. Collectors are particularly interested in coins from earlier years, especially those produced during times of national significance, like the 1918 penny. Coins from this period, despite their higher mintage, can command a premium due to their historical value and the desirability of acquiring them for complete sets. Errors can play a major role in the valuation of coins. While the 1918 Lincoln penny is not commonly known for major errors, there are still some variations that collectors may find appealing. One such error is the 1918 7 overdate, where the 8 appears to have been struck over a 7. This error, though rare, can significantly increase the value of the coin, with some 1918 7 overdate pennies fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the grade. The 1918 penny has also garnered considerable collector interest due to its status as part of a significant series in American numismatics. The Lincoln Wheat penny series was minted from 1909 to 1958, and collectors enjoy trying to complete the set, with certain years being more elusive than. The 1918 penny may not be the rarest coin in the series, but its importance, historical context, and relatively low price for collectors make it a popular choice for those seeking to expand their collections. Next up, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted during the Great Depression, a period of economic turmoil in the United States that lasted throughout much of the 1930s. The coin was produced as part of the ongoing efforts to circulate a low-cost currency to facilitate everyday transactions. This era was marked by massive unemployment, widespread poverty, and significant challenges for many American families. As the US government worked to combat the Depression through various New Deal programs, the production of coins like the Lincoln cent continued at a steady pace. The 1937 penny, like its predecessors, was designed by Victor David Brenner and features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse displays two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the agricultural backbone of the United States. The penny was issued without a mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. In many ways, the 1937 penny represents the resilience of the American public during a difficult time in the country's history. The design features of the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny are consistent with the familiar design found on all Lincoln cents of the era. Despite the coin's condition described as dirty, these design features can still be discerned, though they may show signs of wear, dirt, or oxidation. A penny in dirty condition may exhibit discoloration, surface stains, and even mild corrosion, but the basic design elements will still be legible. The mintage of the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny was approximately 317 million coins, which was a relatively high production number for the time. Despite the high mintage, this coin is sought after by collectors due to its historical context and its place in the Lincoln wheat penny series. Pennies from the 1930s, especially those in good to fine condition, are often prized for their age and historical relevance. The 1937 Lincoln wheat penny, even in dirty condition, can still hold significant market value due to its historical importance and its place in the Lincoln cent series. Coins in dirty condition typically command lower prices than those in cleaner, more pristine conditions. However, even a dirty coin can be worth anywhere from $66,000 depending on the level of wear and tarnish. A more valuable coin in the same year in a higher grade, such as fine or very fine, can range from $72,000 or more in today's auction market. While a coin in dirty condition may not reach the heights of a clean, uncirculated example, collectors still show interest in acquiring coins like the 1937 penny, especially if they are working on completing a series or adding coins with historical significance to their collection. Next up, the 1919 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American history. Struck during the final years of the Great War, this penny carries a rich historical background. After World War I ended in 1918, America was transitioning from wartime to peacetime economics. The coinage system at the time was dominated by the wheat penny, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The 1919 Lincoln penny, without a mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This year marks the end of the intense wartime production era, with the US government focusing on stabilizing the economy and addressing the return of soldiers. The designs remained consistent throughout the early 20th century, with the wheat motif representing prosperity and America's agricultural backbone. The 1919 Lincoln penny was produced in large numbers, with over 250 million of them minted at the Philadelphia Mint. However, despite its high mintage, it remains a coin of significant interest to collectors today due to its enduring appeal. The value of a 1919 Lincoln penny, in good condition, can vary widely depending on several factors, including market trends and demand at any given time. In general, a 1919 Lincoln penny in good condition, which means it shows heavy wear but the key details are still visible, can fetch between $52,000 in most auctions. However, if you find one in exceptionally good quality or a higher grade, the price could skyrocket into the thousands of dollars. In recent auction sales, well-maintained examples have sold for over $55,000. The 1919 Lincoln penny features the iconic design by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, we see a left-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the inscription "Liberty to the right, in God we trust" above, and 1919 as the year of issue below. The reverse of the coin displays two stalks of wheat encircling the words 1 cent and a pluribus unum, the US national motto. The sharpness of the wheat stalks and the clarity of Lincoln's features are essential in determining the coin's value. The coin's wear and tear can have a significant impact on how much it might be worth in the auction market. While the 1919 Lincoln penny doesn't have a particular error associated with it that drives massive demand, its historical context makes it a favorite among collectors. The absence of a mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia, and it is one of the staple years for collectors trying to build complete wheat penny collections. Its moderate rarity and historical significance make it a valuable addition to any collection. When looking at the overall collector interest, the demand for well-preserved examples, or even those with slight errors or variants, can increase the coin's desirability in the market. If you happen to come across a 1919 Lincoln penny in your collection, don't overlook it. Its historical context, collectible value, and unique design features make it a coin worth preserving and possibly even investing in for today's market and future. Next up, the 1935 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, minted with a D-Mint mark at the Denver Mint, was struck during the height of the Great Depression. The year 1935 marked a significant point in U.S. history as President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal policies began to take effect in an attempt to recover from the economic collapse of the previous years. The 1935 penny would have been used in everyday transactions, a far cry from the rarer specimens we see today. While the coin was an integral part of daily life in the 1930s, its place in coin collections today is shaped by its enduring popularity among numismatists and collectors. The 1935 D-Wheat penny had a fairly standard mintage of around 50 million pieces, which makes it moderately common. However, the market value of a coin with lamination damage and showing significant use can be affected. In typical conditions, the coin might range from $10,000 in value, but when the coin has unique characteristics, such as lamination damage, it can see an increase in interest, especially if collectors are keen on purchasing error coins. In some cases, the lamination error might cause a coin to fetch a higher auction price, potentially ranging anywhere between $20,000 depending on the severity of the damage and the level of interest at the time. While not one of the rarest error coins, a well-documented lamination error can certainly appeal to specialized collectors looking for an interesting variant. The obverse of the 1935 D. Lincoln penny features the familiar left-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, with the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" inscribed around it. The reverse features the 2 wheat stalks and 1 cent in the center, with the mint mark D under the word 1 in a coin with lamination damage. The visual integrity of these details will be affected, which is why collectors must carefully assess such coins. The most interesting aspect of the 1935 D penny with lamination damage is the error itself. Lamination errors occur when there is a flaw in the planchet, the metal disc that will be struck into a coin, causing layers of metal to peel away. This damage can range from slight cracks to more significant tears, which can make the coin look quite unique and highly desirable to collectors of error coins. In the world of coin collecting, errors like these are prized because they offer a glimpse into the manufacturing process and represent a deviation from the normal production. As such, collectors often seek out these coins for their rarity and distinctiveness. A 1935 penny with lamination damage and in used condition holds appeal for those who specialize in error coins, making it a valuable find for the right collector. While the 1935 D wheat penny might not be the most expensive penny in the market, its distinctive lamination error, historical context, and continued collector interest make it a coin worth tracking. The rarity of error coins like this one only adds to their value in the auction world, and it's a prime example of how minor flaws can make a coin significantly more valuable. Next up coin of the day is the highly coveted 1919 Abraham wheat penny with an S mint mark. While it may be hard to imagine that a penny, which was once worth just 1 cent, could have such a high market value today, the 1919 S wheat penny is a true testament to the world of numismatics. The 1919 S wheat penny was struck during a time of great social and economic upheaval in the United States. The country was emerging from World War I, and the Roaring Twenties were just beginning. This period in U.S. history was marked by rapid industrialization, cultural shifts, and a booming economy. However, it also saw the aftermath of a devastating global conflict, which impacted coinage production. The S-Mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in San Francisco, which was one of the primary facilities responsible for producing coins during the early 20th century. The 1919 C penny is part of the famous Abraham Lincoln wheat series, designed by Victor David Brenner, who was tasked with creating a design that would commemorate the legacy of the 16th President of the United States. The 1919 S-Wheat penny, like other coins in the series, features a profile portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Lincoln's image, which became iconic in American coinage, is seen on the penny from 1909 to the present day. On the reverse, you'll find two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, which symbolize the agricultural backbone of the United States at the time. The design of this coin is simple yet powerful, capturing both the dignity of Lincoln and the agricultural prosperity of the United States. In terms of mintage, the 1919 S-Wheat penny had a relatively low production rate compared to other years in the series. Only about 23 million were minted, which, while not the lowest for the series, still makes this particular coin a rarer find. Now, if you come across a 1919 S-Wheat penny in circulated damage condition, you might not expect it to fetch a fortune. However, even in damaged states, this coin can hold incredible value. In today's auction market, a 1919 S-Wheat penny in circulated condition with some damage can sell for anywhere between $400,000, depending on the extent of the damage and other factors like its overall appeal to collectors. For well-preserved specimens, the value can skyrocket. A 1919 S-Wheat penny in excellent or uncirculated condition has been known to fetch hundreds of dollars, with some even reaching over $410,000 at auction, especially when combined with other rare characteristics, such as being part of a set or being graded by a recognized third-party grading service. As with many sought-after coins, the 1919 S-Wheat penny is not without its errors. Some collectors specifically search for coins that feature unique mistakes in the minting process, and these error varieties can significantly increase the value of errors that might be seen in the 1919 S-Wheat penny include double dies, die cracks, and other misprints. Collectors are drawn to this coin for several reasons: the historical context, the relative rarity of the 1919 S penny, and the possibility of finding errors all contribute to its appeal. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned collector, the 1919 S-Wheat penny is a coin worth keeping an eye out for. Next up, we have another key piece in the wheat penny series: the 1917 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. This particular coin, while it may seem ordinary at first glance, is far more valuable than you might expect, especially in certain conditions. The 1917 wheat penny was minted in a period of significant historical importance. The United States had entered World War the previous year, and the nation was mobilizing its resources for the war effort. The economy was shifting, with the government introducing measures to finance the war, which had an impact on coinage production. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this particular penny was struck in the Philadelphia Mint, which was the primary minting facility for US coins at the time. This made the 1917 wheat penny with no mint mark a more common variety compared to other years, but it still has its own level of scarcity when it comes to higher-grade specimens. The 1917 wheat penny, like all coins in the series, features the beloved portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse displays two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural strength. This design has become an enduring symbol of American heritage, and it was used on the penny from 1909 to 1958. The 1917 wheat penny's design is considered one of the most iconic in American numismatics, and while there are no major design changes between 1917 and its predecessors, collectors still seek it for its historical significance and rarity. With over 200 million 1917 pennies minted, it may seem like this coin is not particularly rare. However, the market value of a 1917 wheat penny can still be significant, especially when it's in a damaged or heavily used condition. The 1917 penny without a mint mark in damaged condition typically fetches around $134,000 in today's auction market, depending on the level of wear. However, if you have a coin in decent shape, you may be able to sell it for $150,000 on rare occasions. A 1917 penny in well-worn condition with particular characteristics may attract more. As with the 1919 S penny, collectors are always on the lookout for error varieties in the 1917 wheat penny. One of the most common errors involves the infamous doubled die issue, where the design is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in a doubled image. While this error is rarer in 1917 pennies, it can significantly boost a coin's value. Collectors are also drawn to the 1917 penny for its historical context. While it is not as rare as some other pennies from the early 1900s, it is still a highly regarded coin in the world of numismatics. Its long history, the connection to the World War I era, and its role in the wheat penny series make it a coin worth collecting. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is an iconic coin in the history of US currency. Struck at the Denver Mint, this penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. The large date designation refers to the size of the numerals on the date side of the coin, which is distinct from the small date version. These large date pennies are often considered more desirable among collectors due to their noticeable difference in appearance, making them easier to identify and trace within the series. In 1956, the United States economy was booming in the post-World War II era. The country was experiencing prosperity, but the design of the penny remained unchanged from the original Lincoln Wheat Cent introduced in 1909. Despite the year being unremarkable in terms of significant historical events, the coin's design, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, continued to reflect the nation's admiration for its 16th president. The obverse features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, created by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side depicts two wheat stalks, symbolizing the nation's agricultural roots, a design that was quite unique at the time. The 1956 Lincoln wheat penny, in particular, is special due to the well-preserved nature of some examples that still hold a high value. The 1956 large date with a D mint mark was struck in high numbers. Over 1 billion coins were minted at the Denver Mint. With such a high mintage, one would assume these coins would be relatively easy to find, but this is where condition becomes a major factor. A 1956 D wheat penny in very fine condition is rare enough to command impressive prices in the current market. While these coins are not as rare as some other years, their value can range from $85,200 depending on the condition. However, in very fine condition, with minimal wear and excellent details, this penny can fetch much higher values, sometimes up to $100,000 in auctions or private sales. The quality of the minting and the coin's preservation play a significant role in determining its value. Coins that are carefully preserved without heavy scratches, discoloration, or oxidation. The design of the 1956 D Lincoln Wheat penny is a continuation of the classic Wheat Cent series, but there are a few things collectors look for when assessing this coin. First, the size of the date. In the large date version, the numerals are spaced farther apart and are more prominent. Secondly, the D mint mark, which represents the Denver Mint, adds a level of rarity to the coin. Some coins from this year feature noticeable errors, such as double dies, where the die struck the coin multiple times. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are rare and add to the unique value of. Collectors are deeply interested in this particular coin due to its position within the Lincoln Wheat series. Although it is not as rare as coins from years with lower mintage, the coin's design and historical significance make it an attractive piece for those looking to build a comprehensive collection. Additionally, the 1956 D coin is often included in sets that showcase the evolution of the Lincoln Wheat penny over the years, making it a key coin for many numismatists. The scarcity of this coin in very fine condition makes it highly desirable among collectors. Even though a large number of these coins were produced, the preservation of the minting details is key to their valuation. Coins that are free from damage, such as scratches or discoloration, are especially valuable. Next up, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is another crucial piece in the long history of US coinage. The large date designation is particularly interesting because, similar to the 1956 example, the size of the date appears larger compared to the small date version. The 1941 S wheat penny is distinguished by its mint mark. S stands for the San Francisco Mint, where this particular batch of pennies was. The 1941 Lincoln wheat penny was produced during the year that marked the beginning of the United States' entry into World War II. Although this coin is tied to a tumultuous period in history, the year 1941 in itself wasn't particularly notable for the coin's design or production. The 1941 penny remains one of the standard issues of the series, carrying the familiar design by Victor David Brenner that had been in circulation since 1909. With a mintage of around 200 million coins at the San Francisco Mint, the 1941 S wheat penny is relatively common, but finding one in fine condition can be challenging. Coins in fine condition typically show moderate wear but retain much of their design elements, including clear details in the wheat stalks on the reverse. The market value of the 1941 S Lincoln wheat penny in fine condition can range from $92,000 depending on the overall condition. However, in higher grades such as very fine or extra fine, the value can rise significantly, with auction results occasionally reaching up to $144,000 or more. The 1941 S wheat penny features the same basic design elements as other pennies of the era: Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Mint mark on this coin is an important detail for collectors, as coins struck at the San Francisco Mint tend to have slightly better quality in terms of strike and preservation compared to other mints. A collector may also look for errors or variations in this coin. For example, some coins might show signs of doubling on the date or the word liberty. These kinds of mistakes add to the value, and they are especially sought after by collectors who focus on misprints and minting flaws. Despite the relatively high mintage, the 1941 S Lincoln penny continues to be a popular coin among collectors, particularly those who specialize in the Lincoln Wheat Cent series. The scarcity of coins in fine condition, coupled with the uniqueness of the S mint mark, makes this penny highly desirable. Moreover, the connection to the early years of WUI adds an additional layer of historical interest for numismatists. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!